Man, this next topic is just so near and dear to me. This man, I've met this gentleman soon after I came to Omaha, Nebraska. Earl Johnson is the founder and president of Lexus Wealth Management. He brings over 23 years of expertise to the table as a leading financial advisory professional. Under his guidance, Lexus Wealth Management specializes in retirement planning and multi-generational wealth strategies, distinguishing itself as one of the few recognized Black-owned, fee-only registered investment advisory firms in the U.S. I need to say that, and it's not because anybody else who's listening that's not a member of the Black community, I need you to understand. I spent over 20 years working in the financial services, financial investment banking industry. It is difficult for minorities to stay in that profession. And the fact that Earl has made it and continues to be here, even the fact that he chooses to be here, is something that we have to respect because it's not easy. And boy, do we need him. We need someone who won't make us feel shame as we've made mistakes along this path and as we're trying to get better. So Earl's leadership has shaped the success of numerous financial advisors, fostering a culture of excellence and achievement. He's based in Omaha, Nebraska. He has strategic partnerships in Chicago, Atlanta. Lexus Wealth Management serves individual private wealth management clients and businesses seeking comprehensive money management and retirement planning solution. His belief is in the power of holistic financial planning, underscoring the company's commitment to helping its clients achieve financial independence and build a foundation for multi-generational wealth, guided by the mantra, quality of life matters. Guys, I am so thankful Earl found time to be with us today. I want him to kind of break it down because typically people are scared to invest. They feel like they don't have enough money yet. They put it off last and they put cable and everything else first. But I know Earl's going to kind of show us the way, and I've already said too much. So let's get Earl in here. I'm talking too fast. Man, I'm so happy to see you.
Well, happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
So I want to turn it over to you and teach us what we don't know.
I'll do the best I can. I'll tell you the interesting thing about money and financial success has a lot to do with, what you talked about already on the program about the decisions that people make to go into business, some of the things that they do in terms of how they handle customer relationships and so forth. I invest money and I help people save and grow money for the future, but probably the most important part of my job is understanding the people that I work with, understanding what it is that they want to accomplish and what they want to achieve, and then trying to, I guess, take inventory and maybe tear down some of the beliefs that they've had in the past that get in the way of them being financially successful, or more importantly, being able to, help them achieve the goals that they want to, a comfortable retirement, putting their kids through college, being able to take care of just a car repair. They talk about all the time, statistically, people don't have $400 for an emergency. That is one of the first things that we're going to accomplish when we sit down and have a conversation. I know you want to be wealthy. I know you want to invest and you grow your money, but let's figure out, what gets in the way, or what has either understanding where you are financially or getting on the pathway to be financially independent. I used to work with somebody who talked about being financially free all the time. And there was something about every time he said the word financially free, or the words financially free, that kind of made me, feel a little different inside, made me feel a little warmth in knowing, am I financially free? What does financially free actually feel like? Part of the things that, I have conversations with people about all the time is because a lot of people, they shy away from me because they think that, they should be ashamed about their financial situation because they don't know where they are. And these are people sometimes that have, maybe have hundreds of thousands of dollars and don't feel like they've done enough. Or there's people who just flat out haven't, developed a discipline to save money. And I know they feel like they don't have enough, when they sit down, but they don't know what it is that it's the don't know, but what I don't know, what do I need to do to achieve the kind of financial life that I want to? So, when I have conversations with people about, growing wealth and about, what pathway that we need to take, because a lot of times it does require a change. It does require a certain amount of discipline. It all starts with, you all make money somewhere down the line. It doesn't matter if you made, 40,000 or 400,000. It's about what you do with it when you get it. When that money comes in the door, how have we allocated that money, for our best future, for whatever it is that we want to achieve today. So it's really important that I understand, that belief system, what you learned in the past and how it affects you in the future. We talk about, or at least the topic that I'm here to talk about today is the wealth mindset, creating a wealthy mindset. You hear conversations about the millionaire next door, or you see people who may be a millionaire from an athlete. I mean, you hear stories about athletes all the time. I mean, how's a guy that made $40 million in his career go broke? There's a reality. It means 40 million came in, but where was it allocated in the future? Had they decided early on that maybe some of these other things, like, an additional car, having multiple houses, paying families' bills, maybe some of those things could have been reallocated in a different way, or wasn't as important to them at the time, because, you got to think about the rest of your life. I mean, you don't know how long you're going to be here on this earth, but I'll tell you what, I would rather prepare myself for security toward the end of my life rather than, just spending my money willy-nilly, not knowing that 20 years from now, I'm going to need it for a particular purpose, So there is a way to preserve your lifestyle. And when it comes to investing and saving and growing money, then one of the most important components in that is time. How much time have I started to utilize compound interest and compound earnings to my advantage? We talk about compound interest, compound earning. If your money compounded at 4% every year, over time, you're going to grow money. Now, if your money grew at 12% per year, over time, you're going to have a substantial amount of money, and really, there's a funny thing. It really doesn't matter how much money you put in. Over time, it can compound. Let me talk about, one of the other things that is a deterrent to people sometimes when it comes to investing. And so I went back and did some calculation on my own, and I said, well, I talk about risk to people. I say, you go shopping, right? Where do you shop at? You go to Walmart, right? You got to buy your groceries at Walmart. When the pandemic hit, Walmart was one of the few places we could go and spend money. So if we put our money into Walmart because we believe that we were able to get what we need from them, imagine if you were a shareholder of Walmart and you benefited from the value of owning shares of that company. So I went back and I said, well, I graduated in May of 1986. And suppose my family's beliefs and decisions said, you know what, son, for your graduation gift, we got $1,000 saved for you. We're going to buy you some Walmart stock. You could buy Walmart stock at the time. At the time, it was $1 a share. So that $1,000 would have bought me 1,000 shares of Walmart. Today, without adding any dividends, just little old appreciation, Walmart stock is now worth $61 a share. That $1,000 investment in 1986 would be worth $61,000 today. And I still would have had dividends paid to me as a shareholder as well, too. So I went back and I said, okay, let's talk about risk some more. You people out there probably went to McDonald's at least once in your lifetime. Unfortunately for me, I probably go a little bit too many times in a month or in my lifetime for sure. But an investment in McDonald's at the time, and like I said, I did the numbers. I'll go back and I'll look at the numbers again. McDonald's in May of 1986 was $5.70 a share. It would have bought me $175 a share, or 175 shares in McDonald's. McDonald's is now worth $285 $281 a share today. So my 171 shares at $281 is $49,000. So those two $1,000 investments would now be worth $110,000 without me doing anything, without me adding any additional money to it. So really, it's about attitude. It's about decision making. It's about what we believe in. I don't see investing in McDonald's to be a terrible risk at all. As long as that drive-through line is backed up the way it is, you're probably going to do okay in terms of investing your money in it. So really, it's about attitude. It's about beliefs. It's about allocating your money. When we talk about allocating money, if you make $1,000, well, don't spend $1,000 to live on. Live on 900, live on 800, live on 50% of what you make. If you can get to that point, here's what you get. You get the opportunity to be able to go out and do what you want as your own best advocate. And what I mean by that is you get a raise. What does your mindset say right now? Well, my mindset might say, because I got a raise, I'm ready to go buy a new car. Okay, fine. You deserve that. But what about at the same time, you decide I'm going to invest more now that I have a raise? If I had this healthy, wealthy mindset, I'm going to allocate some more of that money to my investment. And I'm going to watch that grow because there's satisfaction in that too. But if you were financially free, now you have the ability to increase your investment and buy your car. That's financially free. How about when it's your child's birthday? A lot of us will go out here and spend $500,000, $700,000 on birthday parties. It's amazing. But how much did we put in our kids' 529 or investment account? With the wealthy mindset, I'm going to invest for my child on my child's birthday, or do it, every month. You can do that as well. But if you were financially free, now I can have the birthday party that I want, and I can invest how I want on my kids' behalf. That's what financially free is all about. That's about investing for your future, allocating your money to to the things that you care about. Same way with inheritance. I mean, when I get in, if I had inheritance, or if I see people with inheritance, if these people were their best advocate, they would save that inheritance. They would certainly button down their own estate plan and prepare themselves for multi-generational wealth. Or if you're your best enemy, you will spend that money. Money comes in. Well, I'm gonna sell mama's house because I want to go buy me something new. And if it's an asset, wonderful. If you want to take a trip and enjoy yourself, well, it's not an asset. You're about to spend your family's money that they probably took their lifetime to preserve. But if you were financially free, now you have the ability to do something for yourself and your family while also preserving your family's asset. So when it comes to creating a wealthy mindset, sometimes you got to talk to somebody. It's almost like counseling. There's an interesting psychology in wealth management, understanding your clients, understanding your clients' attitudes, their behaviors, where did they get the idea of what they want to do with their money, and how you're going to help them achieve it, knowing that they've had probably some unhealthy relationship with money in the past. And that doesn't matter. Again, it doesn't matter how much money you make.
Man, I love it. I'm sitting here. I'm like, wait, I got to finish taking notes. Have I had an unhealthy relationship money in the past? That says it all right there. What have my habits been? What have I encouraged? What are my children watching me do? They're even watching as they see how we celebrate their birthday parties. Man, you broke it down. Yeah, you gave us a lot to look at. Before you leave, I have a question. And I know you don't
Sure.
like this question because I've been in your seat, but I have to ask it anyway.
Okay. Okay.
How much now that we the Big Mac is more than the share of stock used to cost? How much a month can somebody get started saving? Because
Right.
$25 won't do what it used to do. So what
Right.
can we really
Right.
do?
Well, it really is about how you allocate the money that you make. If $25 a month is less than 1% of your income, you're probably not saving enough. If it's 10% of your income, okay, then start there. I mean, you have to allocate you'll know there are fixed expenses and there are discretionary expenses. If your life is just consumed with fixed expenses, there's not a whole lot to save. I get it.
Right.
But we spend money on discretionary items all day, every day.
Yeah.
So it's really about understanding your budget. Go through it with a fine-tooth comb. You'll probably look at it and not realize, wow, I didn't know I spent that much on Netflix. When did they go up?
Right.
You know?
That's real talk.
Yeah.
Real
Oh, yeah.
talk.
There's a lot of things in that budget that you could look at and say, well, I don't need that, but I do need to preserve the wealth for my family.
Earl, I
and
gotta say
you
this
start small.
because you got us to thinking. And one of the things, and this is so old school, but I gotta put it out here. We used to have a bartering system. How do I take the skills that I have and use them to get what I need so that I can use my cash to go towards things I need, like investing, if that's something that would work for people, I'm all for saying, how do you get back to those things? But we have to see savings as a necessity and not
Right.
something that we kind of happenstance will do when we get the money. So, man, you broke it down for us, and I absolutely thank you for that.
Yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome. Let me say this one thing.
Okay.
People, when it comes to savings, and I'm only saying this because you just said it, with savings, it should be a line item at the top, right under your income. Don't leave savings to what's left at the end of the month because you'll never get to it. I hear people all the time say, I'm going to come see you when I get some money. No, you got some money. And right off the top, what'd you do with it?
That's what's up. All right. That's what's up. Line item. Line item at the top. I got my check. My first line item is savings, and then I'm gonna pay my mortgage or my rent or my car note or whatever after that. But that way, I'm taking care of me first. So Ariel said it earlier. She talked about the importance of self-care, and then I hear you talking about the importance of self-care financially. So I'm following the bouncing ball right now. If we do this thing, we should come out of this okay. So thank you.